Hello, Jessica Sanchez here with another Second Life tutorial. And in this tutorial, we're going to take a look at the Texture tab in the Edit window. So I'm going to go ahead and res a prim. And here's my prim. And I'm already in the Textures tab, but the Textures tab is a fourth tab in the Edit window. And you'll notice you'll have some options here at the bottom that allow us to modify our tab, modify our texture. By default, our prims are given the wooden texture, but you can always change that by either uploading your own images, which you will do for exhibits, or if you find some free images, you can actually get free images as well to apply to your object. So here's our prim. I'm going to go ahead and stretch it so we can see what happens to our prim. So let's take a look at the options provided. If I select color, I can actually add a tint to my texture. So I've applied a yellow tint to my wooden texture. Transparency is pretty much what it is. I can increase the transparency of it so I can actually see through it. The higher, of course, I go, the more it actually becomes invisible. So you don't want it too high. Why would you use this? Maybe because this object is to be a window, so of course you can see through it. Alright, glow. If you want the object you create to glow, then you can add a glow by clicking on this here. By default 0, by putting it by 0.1. It adds a glow to it. I'm going to get rid of the transparency, and I'm going to get rid of the white effect. You'll see it better. So you don't want to increase the glow so much, because then whatever texture you applied is not going to be visible. So you can have it with 0.10. You don't want to use this for your exhibits that you want to provide your text in. You don't want to add a glow to it, because again, it's going to be harder to read. So I'm going to put it to 0. Full bright. Full bright makes the texture pop. It becomes more vibrant in color. What is materials? Well, you can actually make your prim display a website by changing it to media. So I'm going to go ahead and show you that very quickly. If I select to media, I can then click choose and click OK. And I can actually type a website and press apply once I do it, and it'll display the website here. So quickly, I'm going to type in the UTPA website and click apply. You can add additional settings here too, just go ahead and read it. But if I click apply and click OK, now if I were to touch my object, I can now see the website. Let me go ahead and go back and edit it. Let me remove the media, the website. So I'm just going to click remove, click yes. And I'm back to my normal settings. Texture. When you're ready to upload your exhibits, you can change the texture there's different options that you can take. You can either upload the image and then drag and drop from your inventory, and drop the texture that you've created, or you can find it in the texture chooser. So if you go to the texture tab, click textures. For example, I'm going to select, you're going to find your images in your inventory under the textures folder. Click on that, then you'll see what images that you've uploaded or that you've purchased for free. But the images that you uploaded will also be here. For example, if I choose the slide 2, for example, there it is, click OK, and I have my image. As far as vertical face and horizontal face, you generally don't play with this unless you want to have a tiling effect. But just to show you what it happens, so if I enter 2, the image repeats twice, and then if I enter 2 again, for the vertical, it also repeats twice. So if I want to fix it so that it appears properly, because it's cut, as you noticed, I'm going to change the offset, so the vertical and horizontal. So I just press the up button to adjust it. The same thing goes with the other side. And there we go. there's my 2x2 tiling effect that I've created by changing the scaling. Of course, to get it back to normal, just press 1 and 1. And of course, put this back to 0. You could even rotate the texture if you wanted to by rotating the degrees. For example, if I wanted to slant it a little bit, there you go, I rotated my texture by 45 degrees. And this is a texture tab. This concludes this tutorial.